Good evening. Well, another long weekend is upon us and we're in for a treat weather-wise. Certainly beautiful conditions to enjoy the great outdoors. So if you didn't make the most of it today, you'll have plenty of opportunity over the weekend. So let's take a look at temperatures around the region for today. And a top of 28 for St Lawrence, Yeppoon reaching 25 degrees, 14 to 27 in Rockhampton today. Mount Morgan reached 25 degrees. Sunny conditions for 1770. Biloela got down to 11, 15 to 27 in Baralaba and a maximum of 26 for both Emerald and Clermont. Currently though, in Rockhampton, we're sitting on 22 degrees, humidity at 70% and the winds southeast at 15 kilometres per hour. Moving to the satellite image now, there's some cloud and thunderstorm activity over the Coral Sea. Now that is associated with an upper level trough that moved offshore. We still have some low level cloud along the east coast, but the rest of the state, as you can see, is pretty well cloud free. Elsewhere, an upper level trough system is moving into central Australia, which is producing high cloud. It's likely to move into Western Queensland by late weekend, but it's not expected to bring any rain. So moving on to the chart now, and the high sitting in the Tasman is moving southeast towards New Zealand. We have a low in the Coral Sea. It's heading south towards New Zealand. It will remain well offshore and continue moving south over the next few days. It will maintain fresher winds early Saturday along the southern coast into Sunday morning, but lighter winds should follow. A warning though for those hitting the water this long weekend. Some large swells are expected between 2 to 3 metres, particularly around Fraser Island coast and the southeast coast. Alright, to the forecast now, and fine conditions, moderate to fresh southeasterly winds. Fine conditions again for Sunday, and now moving west to the Central Highlands and coalfields now. Fine conditions once again, light to moderate south to southeast winds. Emerald reaching a top of 27, Clermont getting down to 12, and then fine conditions prevail for Sunday. So it sounds like a great weekend right across the weekend. To the maritime observations now, taken at 3 o'clock. South-southeasterly up to 23 knots for Middle Percy Island, up to 10 this afternoon for Yeppoon, a southeasterly at 12 knots for Gladstone and up to 17 for Lady Elliot Island. To the coastal waters forecast now. A strong wind warning is current with winds reaching up to 30 knots late this evening. Tomorrow expect south to southeasterly winds 20 to 25 knots, easing though to 15 to 20 knots north of Gladstone during the afternoon with inshore easterly to southeasterly sea breezes. For Sunday, southwest to southeast winds 20 to 25 knots south of Gladstone, easing though during the morning. Now to the tidal diary, and high tide for Roslyn Bay 20 minutes past 7, and now the sunrise and sunset details past 6 for that sunrise. You enjoy your long weekend. Now it's over to Pilly with all the fishing details.
Well, thanks guys. Now look, I just cannot believe 2 weekends in a row. Absolutely sensational. If you missed out last weekend, this weekend's for you. Get out there and let's get amongst them. Now look, now Paul, I hope you survived Easter, mate. Have a look at that. Not too many Easter eggs for Pilly, and I'm doing all right actually. Next week I've got Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday off, and I cannot wait to get out there and get amongst them. I don't know what you got planned for next week, mate, but for me, it's fishing. 3 days. I'm looking forward to it. Catch you next week.
The super fit Pilly. Looks good. Looks a treat, doesn't he? Join us Monday night for the best hour of news in the country. Good night.
Good night.
This has been a Win News presentation from Win Television, Australia's largest commercial television network.